What's going on, everybody? We are live for the final week of the regular season of the 2026 season of Nick's Amiibo League. This is it. We have finally reached the end. Well, not quite the end. This is the last week of the regular season where anything can happen. We got two really big storylines heading into this week. The biggest of which being the Mid-East Division battle, which we will be seeing later on in the stream. But for right now, we've got the final matches of the regular season in the Western Conference. Let's go ahead and get started with those as soon as I get some things done here on the streaming app. Of course, leave it to leave it to me to have technical issues at the last minute. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. We have the first match between Mario, who is 3-13, and he'll be taking on Pikachu, who is 9-7. For this match, this will be the last time that you see either one of these fighters this season. Both of these fighters are having their final match of the season because neither one of them will be going to the playoffs.
2, 1, go!
Oh. Just go ahead and type down the next. So, Mario is currently 3-13, and his season has just been a total disaster from start to finish. He went 1-12 to start the season. He started the season 1-0 and then lost, I think, 12 in a row. So Mario has had a terrible season. As for Pikachu, his season's been pretty average. His record is currently 9-7. So Pikachu has had a pretty average season. But the same cannot be said for Mario. And both of these fighters, after this match, they're going to start preparing for next year. The next season is going to be starting in April. Actually, you know what they're going to do? They're going to start preparing for the doubles tournament that I have every September. Oh, they're fighting off the edge. Pikachu! I thought Pikachu was going to die there. Okay. I'm just counting to see if the differentials are exact. Yeah, Mario started the season 1-10 after losing 10 matches in a row. He went from week 1 until week 11 without winning a match. And then he finally won a match in week 12, but since then but then after that he lost the next 3. Wait, that can't be right. Actually, no. He won in weeks 12 and 13, but then he's proceeded to lose the last 3. As for Meta Knight, he will most likely not be competing in Nick's Amiibo League next year because he was only selected to fill in for Diddy Kong.
Yeah, I see.
So Meta Knight will most likely not be competing in Nick's Amiibo League next year because Nick's Amiibo League only focuses on the Western and Eastern conferences, and Meta Knight was selected from the Assorted Conference to fill in for Diddy Kong. Come on, is this match going to end already? Oh! Also, heading into the next season, the stamina is going to be lowered from 300 to 150 to prevent long matches like this. So, next season, the stamina is going to be lowered from 300 to 150. It's going to be cut in half. Mario? Oh my god. I mean, I like long matches, but not that long. Alright, Mario's under 100 now. It'd be really cool to see Pikachu win, honestly. Then again, it would be cool to see either one of them win. We've already got ourselves a long match on our hands. I think this has been going for over 10 minutes. Yeah, it's no wonder neither one of these guys are going to the playoffs because neither one of them seems to want to win. They're just playing keep away. That's all they're doing. It's no wonder they're not going to the playoffs. Now they're both under 100, but how long will that last? Both of these fighters are from the original Smash 64, and this is also a stage that's also from the original Smash 64.
What a coincidence!
Yeah, so we got ourselves a Smash 64 match. Except I don't think Smash 64 had stamina. Did it have stamina? I think Melee...
I think Melee had to force him to do stamina.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first game was Melee. But that was back when Melee was a part of... that was back when Stamina was a part of Special Smash. It proved to be so popular that in Smash Bros. Ultimate, they made Stamina its own separate mode. Oh, And there goes Mario. 57.8 for Pikachu.
Pikachu wins.
I want to see how long that match was. Holy shit. Yeah, I knew it was a long one. 8 minutes. All right. Wow. We've already got a long match to start off the final week of the regular season. Pikachu is going to finish at 10-7. Not bad, but not good either. And Pikachu finishes his season with a win, but the same cannot be said for Mario, who will be ending his season at 3-14. With a differential of negative 1340.7. Absolutely abysmal. All right.
Stamina battle.
All right, let's get the next two fighters ready. Next up, we have Ness. Taking on like. Hey, Tyler's here. How you doing? This is the final week of the regular season. If Link wins, he will prevent Luigi from getting a seed higher than 6th. Luigi has already clinched, and so has Link. But this will be Ness's final match of the season. Pretty sure Kirby's. Yeah, Kirby's 12-4. Oh my god, Link putting on a clinic. Yes, the last match was the first one. This is the second match.
Was this still gonna be an exciting match?
What do you mean? Because Link is destroying the... Because Link is kicking the crap out of Ness right now?
Yes.
Yeah. PSI Kirby, you might want to keep your eyes closed. Because Ness is getting beaten badly. Link is looking to get a high seed in the playoffs. If he gets this, I'm pretty sure he will jump ahead to the 4 seed. But if Link loses... Oh my god. If Link wins this, Luigi cannot get the 4 seed. Luigi would have to settle for either 5th or 6th. And Luigi isn't going to be fighting until a little later. Whoa!
Oh?
Why is
That's
Link doing that? And that's the end of the line for Ness. Link wins it, 167. And it's official. Luigi cannot seed higher than... Luigi cannot get a seed higher than... Luigi cannot get a seed higher than 4th. Or higher than 5th. He'll have to settle for either the 5 seed or 6 seed. Anyways, Link takes this one. He finishes the season at 15-2. And this is his 7th win in a row. He finishes the season with his 7th straight win. Meanwhile, Ness is going to be finishing at 8-9. And will not be going to the playoffs. So, thank you for playing. We'll see you next year.
Domino battle.
Alright, next up we have Yoshi, who is currently 9-7, taking on Kirby. Kirby is moving on to the playoffs, and he's already locked in at the 7th seed. He cannot progress any higher than 7th because he is 2 games behind Luigi, who is the 6th seed, and he is 2 games ahead of Olimar, who is currently the Mid-East Division leader. But that could change. I'll be going over more of the story for the Mid-East Division in a little bit. Yoshi, on the other hand, cannot go to the playoffs, so this will be his final match of the year. Uh-oh, Yoshi falls! 153.4 for Kirby. Woo! And Kirby finishes the season at 13-4. And he will be going to the playoffs, so this will not be the last time we see him. But the same thing cannot be said for Yoshi, who finishes his season in a rather humiliating way, falling to his death and bringing his final record to 9-8. And Kirby finishes the season. Kirby finishes the regular season with his 5th consecutive win. For the last match either. I'm not kidding. Kirby. Alright. That should do it. Alright, so we have another Battle of the Losers. got Peach, who is 4-13. No, actually, no. 4-12. She will be 4-13 if she loses. Taking on the worst fighter in the Western Conference and probably the worst in the whole league, Samus. So we have two fighters who had pretty terrible seasons, I will say that. Samus had an 0-14 start. No, actually, she had a... Samus started the season at 0-13. She did not win her first battle until week 14, and then she's lost every battle after that. So, Samus definitely has a lot of improvements to make heading into next year. Peach, meanwhile, she's had a pretty bad season too. She's currently 4-12. It was looking for a long time like Samus was going to be this league's version of the Cleveland Browns from 10 years ago. Man, it's 2017 really?
Are you talking about an Adult Swim show?
No, the Cleveland Browns. No, I was talking about the Cleveland Browns football team. Why? Is there another Cleveland Browns on Adult Swim?
You never heard of Cleveland Brown before? He's a side character on He's a side character on Family Guy. And he's
yeah, Cleveland Brown.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's named. I'm pretty sure he's named after the Cleveland Browns football team. Who went 0-17 in 2017. Actually, no, they went 0-16 in 2017. They went 0-16. I was really worried that the same thing was going to happen to Samus. And there's a reason why they're not going, because they just keep naring over and over again. Barely even attacking each other. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the reason why Luigi is having so much trouble in terms of seeding is because his differential is the worst out of everybody who's qualified, except the Mid-East Division winner, who hasn't been named yet. Out of everybody who's already qualified, Luigi has the worst differential out of everyone. So, Luigi, if he wins, he would have to win big to beat Link in terms of seeding. I'm talking a battle with more than 200 points for the winner. Let me put the next two fighters down here. Oh my god, Peach is ahead by over 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
Samus is in big trouble. Well, she's been in big trouble all season. And I think it's safe to say that Samus's only win of the year was kind of a fluke because she won to a technical win. She won to a technical knockout. So yeah, Samus is the worst fighter in the league. And she's got a lot of work to do heading into next year. You know what's even weirder is that in my March Madness tournament, she made it all the way to the Elite Eight. Only to lose to Villager, who would lose in the Final Four.
The villager pocket Samus's charge shot.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did villager use Samus's charge shot?
I don't know. I don't remember that match, honestly. But he probably did, because Villager can repel projectiles using his pocket ability. That's the thing about Villager. He is the hottest fighter in the league right now. He started the season 0-1 and has won every single match since then. Reminds me a lot of Notre Dame a couple years ago. They started the season 1-1 and then just completely ran the board. Made it all the way to the national championship and lost to Ohio State. Samus is on her last legs. Yeah, if they were both at 150 stamina to start off, this would have been over a long time ago.
Hey, is 999 the max HP you can do in this game?
Yes, it's 999, but but for this season, it's 300 HP stamina, because that's what Alex did. And that's what I did during the practice season. Oh no! All of that for her to fall! All of that for Samus to fall. And that sums up her season right there. Both literally and figuratively. That is the end of Samus' season. How fitting, after all she's been through, for her to die like that. That just sums up her whole season right there. Anyways, Peach's final score is 137.6. Peach's score is 137.6, and she'll be finishing the season at 5-12. Finally, we can move on to the next match. I was kind of waiting. Anyways, for Samus, her final standings, her record at the end of the season is 1-16. She's definitely got a lot of improvement to a lot of soul searching to do heading into next year. All of that just for Samus to fall. Tyler, in case you missed the post, I had to start an hour late because I was stuck in Boston for a doctor's appointment. You have to leave at 5:30. Is that Central Time? The $15 killing matches. Sure. Yeah, you can inquire on the rule set. What is it you want to know? Sorry, I am just seeing the chat messages now.
Stamina battle.
Okay, that's an hour from now, so... And we're almost halfway done with the Western Conference. After 2 very long matches back to back. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the next 2 guys ready. We have Luigi taking on Zelda. This match doesn't really matter for Zelda, because she's 4-12 and she's already out of the playoff equation. But for Luigi, if he wins this, he could get a higher seed heading into the playoffs. But it also depends on how much he wins by. Luigi was the first fighter to clinch a division. Okay, Tyler, go ahead and do that. Who's next? Alright, Tyler. Welcome back. My apologies, I can't really see the chat too terribly well because of the way I have this, this thing set up. I think I'll just put it up on my phone. There we go. Yeah. So now I don't have to keep this open anymore. So if Luigi wins this, he will have better odds in the playoffs, probably. Because let me go ahead and check the playoff seeding. He's currently the 6th seed. But if Luigi loses this, he will lock in as the 6th seed. Which means he would have to take on the 3 seed. Bear's Nest plushie, welcome. Zelda is down to under 100. Zelda's below 100. Yes, there are 8 seeds in this playoff bracket. There are 8 seeds. The division winners and the 2 wild cards are going to be seeded 1 through 8. I'm going to be going over that more once we actually get to the bracket preview, which will be going up tomorrow. Luigi takes the win, 99.4. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I meant to bold it. There we go. I'm putting the score down on the sheet. Luigi finishes the season. He finishes the regular season at 15-2. And Luigi has had a stellar season so far. He went 12 weeks without losing a match. I want to say it was 12 weeks without losing a match. And then in week 15, on his birthday, he took his loss. He took his second loss. And it was a pretty embarrassing loss at that. But anyways, he was the first fighter to win their division, and he will be going to the playoffs. But odds are he probably will not be the 6th seed unless Wario wins. And Wario will be fighting in the last match of the Western Conference. Until then, be prepared for 3 matches that don't matter because they're all with fighters who have not made the playoffs. So I can answer you guys' questions, if you have any, during those 3 matches. In case you're wondering, I have to show them because to prove that I actually did them. Because it wouldn't be fair if I didn't do those matches, even if at the end of the day, they don't mean much. So Zelda is going to finish her season at 4-13. Thank you for playing. We'll see you next year.
Domino battle.
Let's go ahead. On to the next one. We have Donkey Kong
Donkey Kong!
taking on Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr.
PSI Kirby is the name of my co-commentator. I just want to thank him for joining pretty much every single stream in the second half of the season. Thank you so much for coming and for continuing to be a great supporter of me and the channel. So I hope you guys are ready because these next 3 matches are going to be between fighters who did not qualify for the playoffs. But that doesn't mean we won't have interesting... That doesn't necessarily mean we won't have interesting results. As you just saw there, I thought they were both going to fall off. 8. So Donkey Kong's record is currently 6-10. Bowser Jr. hasn't had a very good season either. Bowser Jr. on his last legs here. This could be it for him. I'm just keeping this open here. Donkey Kong takes the win, 81.8.
Donkey Kong.
And Bowser Jr. loses again to put a cap on his season. Donkey Kong wins this one. He will end the season at 7-10. Donkey Kong will end his season at 7-10. And Bowser Jr. will finish his season at 2-15. A pretty embarrassing season, I will say that. But hey, just like Samus, there's plenty of room for improvement heading into next year. Thank you both for playing. We'll see you next time.
Stamina battle.
.8. Alright, next up we have Bowser, Tyler's favorite, who is 7-9 and not going to the playoffs, taking on Dr. Mario, who is 8-8 and also not going to the playoffs. So this is the last match of the season for both of them, just like the last match. Just like the previous match. You hear that, Bowser? Tyler's rooting for you. Okay. Dr. Mario, oh my god. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to get up for a second so I could turn on
JC?
yeah, turn on the air conditioner. That's what you're hearing now. In a Mario Kart tournament. Wow. That sounds like a lot of fun. Good luck. Is it a professional tournament, or is it a local tournament, or is it... what kind of tournament is it? And what game are you playing? What Mario Kart game are you playing, I should say. For those of you who are wondering, it's 300 HP stamina battles with no time limit and no stocks. It's just one stock. A local tournament. And you're playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'm assuming. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. I used to actually run tournaments when I was in college. That was a lot of fun. I used to run Mario Kart tournaments when I was in college. Those were a lot of fun. I would do tournaments with my dorm. And I also used to run Super Smash Bros. Tournaments on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Those were fun too.
Well, as you know, I'm going to college to get an associate. Which is better, an associate's degree or bachelor's degree?
Associates is 2 years. Bachelor's is 4 years.
Then it's bachelor then.
Okay. Good luck.
I might want my own Pokemon Champions tournament.
Oh, cool. And Dr. Mario takes it with 112.
Dr. Mario wins.
Sorry, Tyler. He lost. You've done 2 tournaments, and you finished first. Wow, that's impressive. Congratulations, and you got a 5th place finish. Wow. Out of how many people? Dr. Mario finishes his season at 9-8. Oh, wow. His differential is 9 exactly. And Bowser, he finishes his season at 7-10. Just like Donkey Kong, his rival. Well, one of his many rivals. Bowser has a lot of rivals.
Bowser only has one rival, and that's Mario in the main series.
Yeah, but in the spin-offs he has a lot of other rivals. Like he's got Donkey Kong, he's got Wario.
I think the only reason people consider DK and Bowser rivals is because of the Bowser and DK spaces doing opposite effects in the GameCube Mario Party games.
Wow, first out of 16. What, Curb?
I think Bowser and DK are only rivals because of the GameCube Mario Party games. Well, DK and Bowser are all the same things.
Yeah, that's why that is. That's why it is. Bowser. Anyways, both these fighters, their seasons are over, so we're not going to be seeing either one of them in the playoffs. Thank you both for playing. But yeah, I never thought of it that way. Their rivalry does stem from Mario Party. Next up, we have Meta Knight taking on Fox. Alright, we have Meta Knight taking on... Oh, I was going to say, why didn't Fox's name show up? But it's so small that it comes off on the right side. It's just really short there. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Don't worry, this is the last match that's going to be like this in the Western Conference. In the next one, we're going to have a match that actually matters between Rosalina and Wario. go for it. Rosalona. I'm on my Rosalona. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. 11-5 versus Wario, who is 14. If Wario wins, he will be facing Link in the first round, which would be absolutely epic because those two have been fighting for the top of the division for the entire second half of the season. And it would be so cool to see that division battle be decided in the playoffs. That would be so cool. But if Wario loses, he will be the 6th seed. And then, either way, Link is... Either way, Link will be facing either Luigi or Wario in the playoffs. Link will be facing either Wario or Luigi in the first round of the playoffs. And this will also... Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too, Tyler. Bowser actually has won a tournament in the past. He won the 2025 Amiibo March Madness by the skin of his teeth. He won that. He won that tournament. And after that tournament, we had our first official villain arc. Bowser was the champion of the 2025 tournament, and he was pretty much the villain of the Nick's Amiibo League for a while, until Wario came along and he started his own villain arc, and he's looking to get the double crown here in Nick's Amiibo League. He's already qualified for the playoffs. Can he win both the Amiibo March Madness tournament and the championship in this tournament, in this league? And down goes Meta Knight. 132 for Fox. Fox finishes his season at 11-6. He was still in the running until last week when Kirby clinched the division. Fox. So Fox finishes his season at 11-6, and Meta Knight finishes his season at 8-9. And this might be the last time we see him at Nick's Amiibo League. Not gonna lie, I am very disappointed in Meta Knight. As much as I want to see a new champion, I am very disappointed in Meta Knight because he was the reigning champion of Nick's Amiibo League. He won the original season back in 2022. Then again, he was the 4 seed in the Assorted Conference when he won the championship, so it was a pretty big upset. But either way, it is still pretty disappointing to see him go out the way he did. His final record is 8-9, and he finishes after his 4th consecutive loss. All right. All right. Now, we are finally back to what matters. The last match in the Western Conference for the regular season, Rosalina and Luma taking on Wario. If Wario wins this, he will clinch the 4 seed in the playoffs. And he will clinch the Midwest Division. If he loses, Link clinches the Midwest Division. I mean, he's already going to the playoffs regardless, but it's still an achievement in itself. There were 6 people on the stream. Maybe there was a raid. I don't know. I don't think they have raids on YouTube. That's more of a Twitch thing. But yeah, Wario's already going to the playoffs, but it's an achievement in itself to win the division. Even if he loses, he will take home the wild card. But if he wins, he will win the division. And he will end up facing his division rival, Link, in the first round of the playoffs. That is, if he wins against Rosalina. Rosalina is definitely making him work hard.
Yeah, she is.
All right. Oh my god. Wario had a winning streak of 8 in a row. And it looks like he might finally lose, which would be a bad omen heading into the playoffs. Rosalina trying everything on him. Oh, big hit. Wario hasn't had a lead this entire match. Then again, I could jinx it right here. Wario is... Now they're both under 100. Oh my god. Oh my god, now Wario's in the lead. What did I just say? Oh my god. Rosalina was ahead for almost the whole match, and now she's struggling. This is very close. This is down to the wire. Who is going to take it? That's it! Rosalina snaps Wario's winning streak, and that means...
In half.
Yep, he... well, not necessarily in half, but... So, Wario is going to be the 6th seed in the playoffs, and Link clinches the Midwest Division. And the final score was 29.3. .3 is the final score for Rosalina. And Wario suffers his first loss in 9 weeks at the hands of Rosalina. And he cannot believe it. Neither can we. So, it's official. Link is going to be facing Luigi in round 1 of the playoffs. And Link will clinch the Midwest Division. Rosalina finishes her season at 12-5. And wow, Rosalina's season is going off on... She's ending her season off on a high note by taking out Wario, who was one of the... Who was the hottest fighter in the Western Conference. And Wario is going to finish his regular season at 14-3. What does this mean for Wario in the playoffs? I don't know. But I do know that he will be facing... He is locked in at the 6 seed, so he'll be facing the 3 seed in the playoffs. But one thing we definitely know for sure, not only has Link clinched the Midwest Division, but he will also be facing... he'll be facing Luigi in round 1 of the playoffs. Yes, Tyler's right. We are going to be heading off to intermission very quick, as the Western Conference is officially done for the season. And we're going to go to intermission while I put the Western Conference fighters back on the shelf, and then we'll get ready for the Eastern Conference. You got anything to say, Curb, before we go into intermission?
Not really.
All right. See you guys later. And we are back. It is time for the Eastern Conference matches of the final week of the regular season. Now, unlike in the Western Conference, these matches are a lot bigger. Probably the biggest storyline in the Eastern Conference is the battle between Olimar and Jigglypuff for the top of the Mid-East Division. In case you missed my post on Saturday, I was looking over the stats while I was sick in bed, and I saw that there is no possible way that Lucario can beat Olimar in the fight for the division, because his differential is much lower, and even if he wins his match, there would be no possible way for him to catch up to Olimar, so that's why. Anyways, he's going to be facing Sonic. This is going to be Lucario's final match of the year after he was mathematically ruled out on Saturday night. And for Sonic, this is actually important for Sonic. Okay, Tyler. This is very important for Sonic, because if he wins, he will clinch the 1 seed in the playoffs. Yes, you heard that right. If Sonic wins, he will clinch the 1 seed in the playoffs. But Lucario is looking to play spoiler here. That's a term I learned from Alex. So Link has clinched the Midwest Division after Wario's loss. It was a very shocking loss, I'll tell you that. Villager and Lucas, even though they're both moving on, they're still fighting for the top of the Northeast Division, and they've been fighting for almost the entire season. The last 3 matches don't really matter all that much in terms of standings, so I might take care of those early. In fact, I think that's what I might do. Because there are 4 matches where it doesn't really matter. Let me go ahead and put down the results. Mega Man is is Mega Man's record? That's a good question. 10-6. Mega Man at 10-6. Yes, next week there's only going to be a minimum of 8 matches because the championship series will be best of 3. It's going to be either 8 or 9 matches next week because the quarterfinals and the semifinals are best of 1, and the championship series is going to be best of 3. The grand championship is going to be best of 3, while all the other playoff matchups are going to be first to 1 win. Whoa! 282.2! 282.2 for Sonic! What a dominant performance to clinch the 1 seed in the playoffs! Holy crap! Sonic finishes his season at 16-1 after easily one of the most dominant performances in the entire season. Even though we had 3 matches that went to 300, this is the biggest blowout that we have had without a fighter falling. So this is the biggest blowout that we have had without a fall. And Sonic absolutely humiliates Lucario. As if getting mathematically ruled out wasn't humiliating enough. Sonic just absolutely dismantled Lucario. And he's going to be thinking about that one all the way till next season. Oh, you think so? Well, actually, that actually could happen because they're on opposite sides of the bracket. But keep in mind, Wario is the 6th seed. Then again, that never stopped anyone, so... And Lucario finishes his season at 9-8. And that is Sonic's 10th win in a row. Man, I'm just in shock. I can't believe that just happened.
Stamina battle.
I want to see what time that was, actually. Wow, that was only 2 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm looking back on the stream. Yeah, I mean, that could happen. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen on Nick's Amiibo League. I mean, in the original season, we saw Meta Knight win. Even though he was the last seed in the Assorted Conference. Anyways, next up we got Mega Man versus Little Mac. We have another match which won't be nearly as climactic. Probably. Because neither one of them are advancing to the playoffs. And I made a decision that the last 3 matches on the schedule, the last 3 matches that are currently on the schedule are all between fighters who are not qualifying. So I decided I'm going to take care of those matches first before we do the other ones. So that means the next match is going to be Wolf No, not King KJ Rule. King KJ Rule. King Ja Rule? No. King Ja Rule. Link against Sonic. That cannot happen unless you're thinking about maybe them battling in the semifinals, because Link and Sonic would not be able to fight in the championship because they're on the same side of the bracket. For reference's sake, since this match is running a little slow, it's going to be the 1 seed versus the 8 seed, the 5 seed taking on the 4 seed, the 3 seed taking on the 6 seed, and then the 7 seed taking on the 2 seed, in that order, from left to right. That's how it'll be in the first round. And Sonic is the only one in the league with a differential that's over 3,000. So yeah, I'd say he's pretty hot. He's a pretty hot fighter. Sonic has already clinched the #1 seed in the playoffs. What do you have to say about that, Curb? Curb, are you there? Alright. Wolf versus King K. Rool will be next. We got Mega Man versus Sonic. No, not Mega Man. Mega Man versus Little Mac. Sorry. My mind is constantly thinking about Sonic. Either way, whoever wins the Mid-East Division will have to take on Sonic in the first round of the playoffs. So, even if Olimar ends up winning the division, he'll have quite an obstacle in his way. 142.4 for Mega Man. Alright. And Mega Man finishes his season at 11-6. Where is Mega Man? There he is. And Little Mac, after having a pretty embarrassing season, ends his season at 3-14. Curb, is everything all right? He must be having problems. I really hope they get figured out soon. Little Mac was starting to recover, but he was one of the first fighters to be knocked out of the playoff equation. So this will be the last time we see either one of these fighters this season. So thank you both for playing. No, he's still in the chat. He's still in the voice chat. I see him.
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, Tyler was asking where you were. Yeah, Tyler, I'll be going. I'll be releasing a video tomorrow. Doing a preview for the playoffs. I'll be showing the bracket there. Anyways, next up we have Wolf taking on King K. Rool.
King K. Rool.
The only reason why we're having these 3 matches first is because these are all fighters who are not qualifying for the playoffs. I want to get those matches out of the way fast so we can see all the, so we can do all the easy, so we can get into the good stuff and end it off on that. I don't want to end this stream off with matches that that don't matter, because there are plenty of matches that do matter in this conference. There are plenty of matches that do matter. I probably should have done Falco and We Fit Trainer first, but actually, no, I'll put them down here. I'll put them down next. Alright. Falco, 13. Uh-oh. Wolf fell!
Wolf fell?
Yeah, Wolf fell.
Foot dive.
140.4 for King K. Rool. Wolf had a pretty big lead, but he choked. He fell right off the cliff and took his season down with him. 12-5 is the final record for King K. Rool. God, can I type tonight? Jesus Christ. All right. King K. Rool finishes his season with a win. His record is 12-5. And Wolf, his season wraps up, and his record is 7-10. Next up, we have... Let's go ahead and get the next 2 fighters ready. We got Falco and We Fit Trainer. I was gonna put these 2 guys in next, but on the next bar. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So Sonic finished his season at 16-1. I want to say he was the last undefeated fighter in the Eastern Conference. He had a 6-0 start to the season, and he finishes the season at 16-1. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the rest of the matches that don't matter so we can get into the stuff that does matter later on. Oh, you have to go? Hey, best of luck today at football practice. I hope you guys have fun. Thank you so much for coming.
See you, Tyler.
75.4. Wow, Falco is not doing very well. Wii Fit Trainer is currently 4-12, and Falco is 3-13. It's a good thing I like this stage, or I probably would have thrown a fit. But it's important that we get these matches out of the way first, so... is Wii Fit Trainer gonna win? Is somebody gonna win?
Or the wing walk sideways.
That's it. 126.2 for Wii Fit Trainer.
That was a great workout.
That was a great workout. 126.2. Wii Fit Trainer takes the win. And that is her final win of the season. She finishes at 5-12. All right. Oh, wow. She had a long winning streak, and she finally snapped it. Anyways, Falco is 3-14 now. He finishes the season at 3-14. A pretty embarrassing season for him, too. He's got a lot of work to do next year as well.
Stamina battle.
Alright, back to another match. We got Ike taking on Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon.
We got two pretty popular characters going at it here. I'm going to go ahead and get the next two fighters down.
Go!
Excuse me. Alright, so I think it's just us now. I'm really sorry that I'm waiting to do these matches until later, but it's better, I promise. It's for a very good reason. I just want to get these bad matches out of the way first, so we could
Makes sense.
we could do the more exciting matches at the end. The matches that actually matter. Because the next match after this is going to be Rob and Pitt, two fighters who have not qualified for the playoffs. And also we have currently Ike versus Captain Falcon, two other fighters who don't qualify. Falcon. Neither one of these fighters are going to the playoffs, and I can see why, because all they're doing is just hopping and jumping around. They're just daddling and doodling, as Johnny Most would say. I would say fiddling and diddling, which was the phrase that he used more, but that phrase hasn't exactly aged well.
You sound like Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders?
Bedley, bedley.
But no, there was a guy who used to announce for the Boston Celtics. His name was Johnny Most, and he was a big influence on me as an announcer, as a commentator. I used to love listening to him. I mean, he died many years ago, but there's reruns of him, and there's clips of him all over YouTube, and I like to listen to him. My parents listen to him too. The only reason why I know who he is because my father recommended that I listen to him, and that's why he's one of my favorite announcers, and that's why he's one of my announcing heroes. But anyways, he had a lot of catchphrases, and one of his catchphrases was, this hasn't aged well at all, but it was called fiddling and diddling, which is what happened when a player wouldn't stop dribbling the ball. And after that, he would say daddling and doodling, which is a better phrase, I think. So when I say that they're just jumping around, instead of saying that they're like jumping around, not hitting each other, I'm just saying they're daddling and doodling. And they're still daddling and doodling. They're not really hitting each other. Ike is down to less than 100 now. Captain Falcon is just above 100. This could be the end here for Ike. If Captain Falcon wants to win, he's still daddling and doodling. Wait, who's Ned Ned Flanders. Isn't that from Dude Perfect?
No.
No, I'm thinking of Ned Forrester, who's from Dude Perfect. Ned Flanders, why does that name sound so familiar? I should know this.
You never saw The Simpsons?
Oh, yes, the Simpsons, yeah. I haven't watched The Simpsons in a while. I used to watch it with my ex, but that's who the name of the neighbor is. I knew the name was familiar. Is somebody gonna win? Seriously, is somebody going to win? And to think this is what we would have been in for if I had waited to do these matches till the end. If I had waited till the end to do these matches, this is what we would have been in for. Oh my god. What the fuck? Just end it already. Captain Falcon, he's right there. Oh! Oh my god. 2.7 for Ike. That's what you get, Captain Falcon. You should have won when you had the chance. Stupid. 657. 2.7. The winner. Ike wins it with a score of 2.7. That might be the highlight of the day, honestly. Ike snaps his 9-game losing streak after that win. A total fluke, by the way. And they both finished the season at 4-13. I can't believe it. Can you believe it, Curb?
I can't believe it.
Domino battle.
Alright, next up we have the last of the unnecessary matches between Rob... Oh wow, they've stuck together. Rob and Pitt. This is the last of the unnecessary matches, as I'm deeming them. But we have to get these done because it wouldn't be fair if we didn't.
3, 2, 1, go!
And up next is going to be... So Olimar's going to be facing Marth in the next match. So Olimar is 5 games ahead of Marth, but they have not faced each other yet in the regular season. That's the whole point of this regular season. It's essentially a single round robin where everybody has to face each other in their conference once. But anyways, this is the last of what I'm deeming the unnecessary matches of the regular season before we get into the good stuff. Rob is currently 9-7 and Pitt is 6-10. Pitt is another fighter from the Mid-East Division. At one point, he was in the race for the top of the division, but he was eliminated 2 weeks ago from said division race. Whoop! They were fighting off the edge there. Man, I cannot get over the fact that Captain Falcon was so close to winning, but he just would not do the final blow. He just would not do it. And then he paid for it by self-destructing. So yeah, he deserved to lose. I'm not holding back about that. Wolf. I'm just looking at the scroll here to see if I need to start taking results off the top of the scroll. alright. Alright. Pit is below 100 now. I gotta sneeze. I guess I don't have to sneeze. Don't you hate it when that happens, when you have to sneeze and it just won't go?
I sneezed right away.
Anyways, they are both below 100 now. This is neck and neck. Yeah, not bad for two fighters who aren't going to the playoffs. They're giving a battle for the ages to end off both of their seasons.
Yes.
They're both looking to end this season off on a high note. Who will do it, though? This is already turning out to be a much better match than the last one, that's for sure. Oh man, Pitt is down to his last legs, and down he goes. 48.5 for Rob. And Rob finishes his season at 10-7. That's going to do it for that. And Pitt finishes his season... Pitt finishes his season at 6-11. I think that's the first time we've seen that record all night. All right. Yeah, that's the first time we've seen a 6-11 record all night. Anyway, that's going to do it for that. Let's move on to the next battle. So now that those matches are finally out of the way, we can finally get on to the good stuff. Let's introduce the next two fighters. We have Olimar, who is currently in first place in the Mid-East Division, taking on Mark. This match doesn't really matter much for Mark, but if Olimar wins this, he will clinch the Mid-East Division, and we will have all 8 fighters going to the playoffs. Mark starts off right away with the damage. Oh, wow. Olimar's got a massive lead already. He really wants to clinch the division today. And he could do that if he ends up winning. Jigglypuff is praying right now. Of course, I had a feeling Olimar was gonna... Oh, wow. Oh, my God. His lead is over 120 right now. Oh my god, Marth is already below 100. It would absolutely be a slap in the face if Olimar ends up clinching the division after I counted him out. After I said all those things about him a few weeks ago. It would be absolutely a slap in my face. But still, I'd be happy for Olimar. I'd be very happy for him, but at the same time, I would have to eat all my words with a fork and spoon. I take back everything bad I said about him earlier this season. And Marth is on his last ropes. This could be the end. That's it! It's over! Olimar clinches the Mid-East Division. And Jigglypuff is going home.
Bye, Jigglypoof.
Jigglypoof. Jigglypoof. He goes poof out of existence. Jigglypuff, his season is over. And Olimar clinches the Mid-East Division, and he will be taking on Sonic in round 1 of the playoffs. That's it. The divisional race is over. Olimar takes home the Mid-East Division, and Olimar will be going to the playoffs where he will be meeting the 1 seed Sonic. So he better rest up because he's got a pretty big challenge ahead of him. Based on how Sonic has performed, not just this season, but also today especially. Olimar finishes the regular season at 11-6. And Marth finishes the regular season at 5-12. And that was quite an embarrassing way to go out. The Rocket Man is going to the playoffs. So, we have all 8 fighters that are going to the playoffs now. And next up, here's one of them. We have Villager, who is 15-1 and hasn't lost since week 1, taking on Pac-Man. If Villager wins this, he will clinch the 2 seed in the playoffs. But if he loses, he will be the 3 seed.
3, 2, 1, go!
So it's already been decided that Sonic will be facing Olimar in round 1. And Link will be facing Luigi in round 1. If Villager wins, he'll be facing Kirby in the playoffs. But if he loses, he'll be facing Wario. Villager is the hottest fighter in the whole league right now. He has won 15 in a row after starting the season 0-1.
Wait, who's the hottest fighter?
Villager.
Say.
He's the hottest in terms of win streaks. He's won 15 in a row. He hasn't lost a battle since week 1. As for Pac-Man, he's currently 6-10 and will not be going to the playoffs. He's just looking to play the role of spoiler here for Villager. Trying to hand him his 2nd loss. Actually, no, yeah, I was gonna say. If Villager wins this, he will lock in at the 2 seed, and he'll be taking on Kirby. If he loses, he will probably be taking on Wario, unless Lucas loses his match against Jigglypuff. It's looking like Villager might win this. He's ahead by, oh my god, he's ahead by more than 200 points. And that's it. Wow. 250.5. And that is 16 in a row for Villager. That is win number 16 in a row for Villager to end off the regular season. His record, 16-1. And he will be facing Kirby in round 1. While Lucas will be facing Wario. And on top of that, Villager also clinches the Northeast Division. As for Pac-Man, he finishes his season at 6-11. After losing yet again.
Stamina battle.
Almar defeats Mark. Villager defeats Pac-Man. $250.5. All right. This is it. All right, this is it, guys. The final match of the regular season for the 2026 season. This is going to be between Jigglypuff and Lucas. Jigglypuff had a chance heading into this week, but lost it when Olimar won his match.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this is it, the final match of the regular season. Lucas is locked in at the 3 seed. Lucas is locked in at the 3 seed. He will be taking on Wario in round 1 of the playoffs. Sonic will be taking on Olimar. Villager will be facing Kirby. Lucas will be facing Wario, and Link will be fighting Luigi. So those will be your matchups in round 1 of the playoffs. I will be publishing a video soon, going into extra detail about the playoffs. Are you excited, Curb?
Yes.
Yeah, I am very excited. I bet you're even more excited that Kirby is in it.
Yes.
That your boy Kirby is in the playoffs. But how do you feel about him facing Villager?
I mean, both of my, I love Villager.
So you wouldn't be upset if Kirby lost to Villager.
No. In fact, Villager was my first character. Was my favorite character when I played Smash on the 3DS. I like the idea of him just. I remember the trailer where Villager stole Samus's charge shot and threw it back at her.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So what do you think about the other playoff matches? How about the match between Sonic and Olimar?
Super Sonic versus Olimar.
And what about who do you want to win Sonic versus who do you want to win in that one? Sonic or Olimar?
Sonic.
Sonic? Yeah, I think everybody wants Sonic to win. And what do you think about Lucas and Wario?
I want Lucas to win.
You want Lucas to win
You
that
don't-
one? Yeah, I had a feeling you would because Lucas is from Mother.
You know, no, you know what? You not know what Wario did to Lucas?
What is it?
Are you playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl?
Yeah, I have Super Smash Bros. Brawl. That's the first Smash game I ever played. And Lucas takes it, 87.9.
Mm-hmm.
And
Anyways,
Lucas-
Wario kidnapped. You go on.
Lucas finishes the season at 16-1 after that victory. So Lucas is going to finish the season at 16-1 with his 13th win in a row. So yeah, a lot of crazy storylines heading into the playoffs, which will be next week. Curb, what were you saying?
Wario kidnapped Ness in the subspace emissary, and him and Lucas and Pokemon Trainer fought against him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. I should know. I did a playthrough of Subspace Emissary. Lucas 87.9. And Jigglypuff finishes the season at 9-8. So Jigglypuff is going to finish her season at 9-8. And that is going to do it for the regular season for the 2026 season. The regular season is officially over. It is in the books. Next week, we'll be doing the playoffs. Thank you so much again, everybody who tuned in tonight. And thank you so much to PSI Kirby for joining me once again. I never got a chance to ask you, what do you think about Link and Luigi? That's the last playoff match that we haven't gone over yet.
I don't know. The green fighters fight go up against each other.
Yeah,
Not
that's
Yoshi, but
right.
Link and Luigi.
We have the two green fighters, and their names both start with an L, so that should be a fun one. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the regular season. It is finally over, and we can go to the playoffs. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the bracket show. I'll be doing the final standings, and I'll be showing you guys the bracket for the 2026 season playoffs. All right, that's gonna do it. Goodbye, guys.